Here are 10 car facts that sound totally fake, but they're 100% true. Buckle up. Let's go. In 2010, a man in Switzerland was fined $1 million for speeding, the most expensive speeding ticket ever given. Swiss penalties scale with income, so this one hits 7 figures. Wild and totally real. Drive safe. Your wallet will thank you. Next fact. The longest car ever built was over 100 feet long. And it had a swimming pool, a helipad, and even a jacuzzi. Yes, it actually exists. Parking? Good luck. Record-breaking excess. On to number 3. In Dubai, police drive supercars, like Bugattis, Ferraris, and Lamborghinis to chase down speeders. Only in Dubai vibes. That's one way to keep up. Flash, and you're done. Number 4. Early car tires were actually white, until carbon black was added, which turned them black, and made them far more durable. Form meets function. Grip is everything. Black for strength and speed. The Toyota Corolla is the best-selling car model in history, with tens of millions sold worldwide. It's not flashy, but it just keeps going. Popularity earned. Practical wins. Everywhere you look, there it is. In 2010, China saw a traffic jam over 60 miles long, lasting days near Beijing. People played cards, sold snacks, and waited it out. A literal road nightmare. Bring snacks next time. Red line forever. A Bugatti Veyron at top speed can drain its tank in about 12 minutes. At 250 plus mph, physics wins, and fuel vanishes. Thirsty beast, premium problems, blink and it's gone. Next, Volvo introduced the 3-point seatbelt in 1959 and opened the patent to everyone. That choice has saved millions of lives. Simple, genius. Click, then drive. Safety first, always. Most cars sit parked about 95% of the time, which is wild when you think about it. All that engineering, mostly just waiting. Utilization is tiny. Sharing changes that. More use, less waste. Next fact. Airbags deploy incredibly fast, roughly 30 to 50 milliseconds. That's faster than a blink. To cushion you in a crash. Small bag, huge impact. Measured in milliseconds. Science saves lives every day, and that's just the beginning. Wait until you see the next crazy car facts.
Did you know? There are cars designed to drive on land and float on water, like the Amphicar, which can cruise across lakes. Watch as it transitions seamlessly from road to shoreline and glides into the water. Once afloat, the propellers take over, letting the car cruise like a small boat. Wheels stay idle while the hull and props do the work. From the driver's seat it feels familiar, just steer and throttle. Then when you reach shore, you simply drive back onto land. Amphibious cars date back decades, with the Amphicar 770 becoming a cult classic. Today, modern amphibious designs refine the concept with better materials and seals. It is a real car that floats, part cruiser, part commuter, amphibious and amazing. The very first speeding ticket was issued in 1896 when a driver was caught going 8 miles per hour in a 2 miles per hour zone. Early traffic laws were strict as cities adjusted to motor cars. At just 8 miles per hour, the driver still exceeded the limit fourfold. Paper tickets documented the offense, setting a precedent for road rules. Newspapers covered the event, cementing it in automotive lore. It illustrates how quickly technology outpaced early regulations. Back then, drivers shared roads with horses, cyclists, and pedestrians. Speed limits aimed to protect crowded, mixed-traffic streets. From that first ticket, traffic enforcement evolved into the systems we know today. A slow era, with swift consequences for speeding. Rolls-Royce cars are so quiet that engineers had to add artificial engine noise because test drivers found the silence uncomfortable. The cabin isolates road and wind sounds to remarkable levels. Inside, thick insulation, laminated glass, and precise engineering hush the world outside. Silence elevates comfort, but drivers still need feedback, so engineers craft subtle engine presence, adding refined cues so the car feels alive. You hear just enough to sense speed and throttle without breaking the calm. Outside, the car moves with whispering grace. Inside, the soundtrack is curated for comfort and confidence. From floating cars to the first ticket to whisper quiet luxury, car history never stops surprising. Ready for more? Crazy, right? And the next facts are even wilder.
Fact 7. The world's smallest car, the Peel P50, is just over 4 feet long and 3 feet wide. Built on the Isle of Man in the 1960s, it makes full-size sedans look gigantic. 3 wheels, 1 headlight, and a body barely bigger than a suitcase. Length, just over 4 feet. Width, around 3. It slips through gaps most cars would never attempt. Parallel parking, more like placing a backpack at the curb. It's so tiny it can fit inside an elevator. Yes, an actual elevator ride, no CGI required. Inside, it's a 1-seat cockpit with a minimalist dash and a tiny door. You get 1 seat, 1 door, and 1 mission. Get there with a grin. Power comes from a tiny 49cc engine. Think scooter vibes. Top speed? Around 38 miles per hour on a good day. Original models had no reverse gear. You just hop out and pivot it by hand. Suddenly, the entire city becomes a parking lot. Small size, big personality. The PLP-50 is proof that less can be a lot of fun. Fact 8. Believe it or not, engineers once built a car that ran on coffee beans instead of gasoline. They used a gasifier setup to turn roasted grounds into combustible gas. Heat the coffee, create syngas, feed it to the engine, no petrol tank required. It looks wild. Pipes hissing, filters breathing, and a faint coffee aroma. On the rollers, the system spins up smoothly with that makeshift fuel. Temps, flow, and mixture are carefully monitored to keep it running. Instead of filling a tank, you top up a hopper with roasted beans. Light it, bring it up to temperature, and the engine comes alive. On the road, it actually drives like a normal car, just a lot quirkier. Throttle response is softer, but it keeps up with city traffic. It could reach speeds up to 65 miles per hour. Not supercar fast, but undeniably impressive for coffee power. The trade-off? Frequent filter changes and lots of tinkering. But as a proof of concept, it's a brilliant, eco-minded experiment. From cafe to car lane, this build shows that fuel can be as creative as we are. Unbelievable, right? The last 2 facts will blow your mind.
Fact 9. The very first recorded car accident. We are in 1891, the dawn of motoring. Roads were rough and cars were experimental. A car hit a tree root and crashed into a hitching post. It was minor but historic. The very first recorded car accident happened in 1891 when a car hit a tree root and crashed into a hitching post. Early drivers learned fast from moments like this. No airbags, no seatbelts yet. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt. A scuff, a story, and a lesson in control. And the journey continued. Imagine being there in 1891. Cars were rarities on horse-filled roads. 1 route, 1 swerve, a first in automotive history. From small bumps, big safety changes grow. First accident, 1891, tree root, hitching post. Early cars met early obstacles and everyone walked away. From the first fender bender to feats of endurance, let's talk million-mile legends next. Fact 10 is a road trip through automotive stamina. Some cars just keep going, and going. Watch the numbers climb, mile after mile. Some cars are so durable they've driven over 1 million miles. A famous Volvo P1800 holds the record with over 3 million miles on the odometer. The Volvo P1800 is the icon of endurance. Sturdy, timeless. Crossing the million mark is rare. Then 2 million, then 3. Endurance you can see. Consistency, maintenance, and love for the drive. Fresh oil, careful tune-ups, reliable parts, and roads that never end. 3 million miles is a world-famous milestone. Think coast to coast again and again. Rolling proof of durability. Could your car make it to 1 million? It starts with 1 trip at a time and a car built to last. From the first bump to a 3 million mile run, cars keep writing unbelievable stories. And there you have it. 10 car facts that sound fake but are 100% true. Which one blew your mind the most? Comment below. And don't forget to subscribe for more car facts.